Hi all, this is Jenny from Refresh Living, and today I'm going to share with you how I created clear labels for my pantry. I used a ton of old glass jars from pasta and applesauce and some from the thrift store too. I have this area in my kitchen with a plate rack that we really just weren't using, and then these two cabinets with glass doors. And I've mainly just been storing like coffee cups and other things in this area, but my pantry is right next door and the pantry is very small. So right now all my dried foods are stored on that top shelf and there's just not enough room. So have been saving glass jars for a while and now finally have enough to transfer all my dried goods into them and then move them to this area. The first step is to make sure that you print your labels with a laser printer. It won't work otherwise. I have all of these available for free download on my blog, so I'll give you more information at the end of the video about how to get them. So basically, you'll just cut out the labels that you want, and there can be extra paper at this time. They don't need to be the exact size you need. And then you're going to use some packing tape. So there's 2-inch packing tape, and then you can also find 3-inch packing tape, which is this Gorilla Tape here. Some of the labels are just a little wider, so you might need the wider tape. For this one here, I just need 2-inch tape, and you'll just take the tape off, and what you're going to do is you're just going to press it right onto the piece of paper, right over the printing. Once it's pressed down, all you'll need to do is take a credit card or some other card and just rub the card over the lettering. And basically what this is going to do is it's going to transfer the ink onto the piece of tape. And that's ultimately what we want. After that, you'll need to grab some warm water and you'll cut your piece of tape with the paper attached down to the size that you want the sticker to be. In this case, I just cut a rectangle, but you could easily probably cut around the shape of the letters too if you wanted it to be closer to that. But once they're on the glass jars, you really aren't able to see the tape. So a rectangle worked fine for me. You're going to put it in the water for about 3 minutes. It'll curl up, which is okay. While that's sitting in the water, grab some rubbing alcohol and you're going to clean your jar. Before this step, you'll want to make sure to get any labels off and to really clean the inside of your jar as well. I have a post on my blog as well about how I get off labels that are really stuck on there. So at the end of the post, if you follow that link, you'll be able to search for glass jars. If you search glass jars, you'll find how I clean them. After the paper's been in the water for a couple minutes, you're going to take your hands and you're just going to rub on the paper side of the tape. As you start to rub, especially under the water, you're going to notice the paper start to fall off, and that's ultimately what we want. So you'll just kind of need some firm pressure against the tape to rub away all that paper. It's going to feel like if you rub too hard, you're going to take off the gunk from the tape and the sticky stuff. Don't worry, it will feel sticky once it actually dries. So if you need to put it back under the water just to rub away any paper residue, sometimes it gets stuck on the black lettering, but you'll just use extra pressure to get that off. After you let your tape air dry, once it's completely dry, you're ready to put it onto the glass jar. So basically at this point you find the position you want it and just stick it right to the jar. I sometimes use a credit card to try and get out any air bubbles, but the packing tape lays pretty nicely on it, and you usually don't have to worry too much about those. As long as you get off all the paper residue, you should really be fine. And that's about all you'll need to do. One note on the packing tape is definitely not dishwasher safe. I feel comfortable washing the inside of the jars, but I try not to get the outside too wet. If you did want to make it watertight, Mod Podge makes a dishwasher safe clear coat, so you could add that to the top if you did plan on wanting to make it permanent. Otherwise, the nice thing about the tape is that you can easily remove it if you need to change what's inside the jar. So for all of these projects, come visit my blog, refreshliving.net, and search glass jars at the top search icon. And please, if you liked it, please feel free to hit subscribe and follow along to my channel. Thanks so much.